What's to do, YouTube? It's HOLYONE, aka the Ultimate Gamer, and these are going to be my top 10 worst, most disappointing games of 2019, and games you guys should avoid like the plague, even if these games are priced at $1. You need to avoid these games like the plague. So, starting off this list at number 10, we have a game called Rico, which released on PC, Switch, and Xbox One. Rico, just looking at the Metacritic score, it's like a 2.2. This game is horrible. The graphics, they tried to go for a Doom-esque art style and failed at that. The gameplay is supposed to be a small corridor shooter game, which is supposed to add the ability to play locally co-op game with your friends or anything. The game stages are bland. The enemies are easy to destroy. The game penalizes you if you dive in once. So if your game crashes randomly, which it did have frequent crashes, the game would restart your entire mission structure from scratch, meaning you would get nothing. Your progress for weapons is ridiculous. The amount of credits you have to buy to get a weapon requires you to beat the game entirely. And overall, Rico is a horrible game that I wasted $20 on. So if you guys want to save your money, do not buy this indie game. It is garbage. So that's my number 10 on this list. Moving up the list at number 9, we have Fate Extella Link, which is supposed to be a Dynasty Warriors-esque Fate game. If you guys are fans of the Fate series, it's a anime that you can watch. Fate Extella, I played the non-Link version that came out, which I thought was decent, but this game is tedious, boring, and it doesn't really take into account the Fate series lore itself, which I disliked about the game. And it released at a full $60 price tag. So even if this game is discounted, it is not worth it. It runs fine on the PCs, but it's a boring linear combat game. You're better off getting a Dynasty Warriors game or picking up Dragon Quest Heroes. I consider those games to be better than this garbage. So avoid this game if you can. It is number 9 on my list. Moving up at number 8, we have the Khalifa Effect Overdose, which is basically a game I picked up on PC. You can get it on other platforms as well. It's supposed to be you're in the mind of this character. The game was so boring, and the combat system was so, terrible, I couldn't even get into the game. Like, the combat system is like, move forward this character, move back this character. I don't even know what it was trying to be, whether it was trying to be like a chess game or one of those games where you move your characters, kind of like Fire Emblem, but it did it in all aspects. The graphics are based off the Vita version. It's supposed to be, I guess, a remake or something of the game, which they poorly did. It is not fun whatsoever, and for the price of $40, it is absolutely not worth getting. This game is garbage. Avoid getting this anime game. If you want to get something better, I'd highly recommend checking out something else besides this. Heck, pick up Digimon Cyber Sleuth. That game would definitely be better, and it has way better turn-based combat than whatever this game was trying to be. So, moving up the list at number 7, we have One Piece Worldseeker. And this, I'm not a huge One Piece game guy. I've never watched the anime, but I decided to pick up the game because I like the art style. But my God, this game is completely empty and void of life. It's like the developers just took One Piece, left this game completely empty of content, and just said, hey, let's give the fans something that they can play while they're waiting for, I guess, another One Piece game. It's a quick cash grab. The game is empty. There's nothing about it. You can look at the Metacritic score. It's said user review. It's like a 3.8. The game has nothing in it. It is not worth it, and it released at a full $60. This game isn't even worth getting whatsoever. If you guys are into games like Death Stranding with empty worlds where you just walk around constantly, even Death Stranding has more content than this trash game. So avoid One Piece Worldseeker. Even if you're a One Piece fan, it's not worth getting. All right. At number 6, we have Super Dragon Ball Hero World Mission. And I am a huge Dragon Ball fan, and I thought I'd give the card game a whirl. I think this is supposed to be a sequel to the handheld version or something that came to PC. But this game is boring, and it's a terrible card game. I know people were downplaying me, saying, oh, it's not a bad card game. The graphics are terrible. The card game is terrible. I can't get into it. It's just worse. I prefer to play games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something over this trash game. It is not worth getting, and it released at a full $59.99. Way overpriced for a freaking handheld game that they just ported to PC for a quick cash grab to lure Dragon Ball fans into buying it. So I'd say pick this up if it was $5, but even then I'm hesitant to say you guys should buy it or anything like that. Definitely not worth getting. Save your money for a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that. Those games would definitely be worth more getting over this game. So Moving up the list. At number 5, we have Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. Yes. Yes. You guys know I am a huge Senran Kagura fan. Love them anime titties. But this game is a poor excuse of a so-called remastered or remake or whatever this is. It's supposed to be a remaster of, I don't know, the PS2 version of Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. And the game, they took away features, including online stuff that was in the original. On top of that, the game has massive glitches and bugs. And the lack of, they took out so much content of the game, I can't even recommend this. And they released it at a full $40. So if you want to get a game, avoid this. Get another Senran Kagura. There's ton of other ones out there. This Senran Kagura game is not worth getting whatsoever. So avoid it like the plague. Avoid it. These anime titties in this game are not worth it. Do not get it. No. Alright, moving up the list at number 4, we have Kill La Kill IF, which released in a complete, broken, and buggy state. Now, I was interested in this game because I loved Kill La Kill, and I was interested about the combat, but the game is supposed to run at 60, but that's false advertising. The game does not run at 60 frames per second whatsoever. The game is buggy and broken on PC, and it runs like garbage on the consoles too. I cannot recommend this game. Whatsoever because of the lack of fighters, the lack of characters available, and the outrageous price of $60. This game is not worth it whatsoever. Avoid it. If anyone tells you to get this game, they are a fraud and they are lying to you. So do not listen to them. Moving up the list to number 3, we have Forza Street. What can I say? This was a quick cash grab by Microsoft to get a mobile Forza game out there. The game lacks content. I tried it out for like 10 minutes and dropped it. It was that bad. It is a horrible racing game, and there's much better mobile games or even PC games, racing PC free games you can get out there over this trash. If you guys are just trying to get this for achievements, don't even bother. It's just a waste of time. And finally, at number 2, we have Crackdown 3. Yes. I put 2 hours into Crackdown 3 and had to drop it because, 1, Microsoft lied about the multiplayer. There is no absolute all-destruction multiplayer in the game whatsoever. The game looks like it came from the Xbox 360 version, even though they just slightly enhanced the graphics slightly. I had to, even at PC and max settings, the game still looks like hot garbage. The story is bland and boring, and just because they added some celebrities I'm familiar with, like the Spice Guy in there, doesn't make it any better or anything like that. All it is a $60 game, and even if you could get it on Game Pass, it ain't even worth playing for free. The game is just that bad. It's not worth getting. Avoid Crackdown 3. There's other games that you could get out there that are better shooters. You could pick up Halo Reach right now or something like that, or even Gears 5. That's a much better game. So avoid Crackdown 3. It is a trash game altogether. And finally, my number 1 game and worst game of 2019. My God, this game was so bad it broke one of my consoles. I give you Anthem. Oh my God, where do I start with Anthem? This might be a little tirade. So Anthem released in a completely broken state. We learned that the developers only worked on this game for a year and a half. I don't know how that's even possible. The game is broken. It runs horrible on PC, glitches, crashes, and everything else. And don't get me even started on the consoles. I tried firing this up on my Xbox One, hoping I could actually at least try to beat it. And the game fried my Xbox One S. Like my console, and this is just me. There was PS4s that were breaking because of this game. This game was so broken and unoptimized, it was breaking people's consoles. So if you guys can, if I don't care whether it's BG or anybody downplaying this game saying it's not so bad, this game is horrible. If he's like, well, it broke your console, too bad. Oh well. It was so bad that Sony had to resort to their refund policy, saying, all right, we're gonna have to refund this to people. They haven't done this since No Man's Sky. That's how bad and buggy this game was. This game I'm giving a negative 10 out of 10. That's how bad it was. And people say, oh, these graphics are amazing. It's a bland, boring, open world game that has, well, an open world game. And the loading screens on this game. Go watch Angry Joe's review of this game. It's that bad. This game is my number 1 worst game of the year. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is your boy HOLYONE. Out!